Hello there and welcome to Loco for Leeds. It's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United, and today, Leeds fans, we are previewing the trip to London, the Carabao Cup tie at Craven Cottage against Fulham on Tuesday evening. Of course, we are notoriously bad at winning football games in London. It was in fact on our last visit to Craven Cottage that we won in London for the first time in 3.5 years, or something ridiculous like that, wasn't it? It was really daft, that record. It came to an end in March when we beat Fulham 2-1 at Craven Cottage. This is of course a Carabao Cup tie. They are now in the Championship. Of course, they lost their Premier League status last season, but Fulham are a different beast, aren't they, when they're in the Championship? They are full of confidence, aren't they? They're second in the table, and up until recently they had an unbeaten start, but they have lost 2 games in 3 at the moment, losing against Reading 2-1 at the weekend at Craven Cottage. So yeah, look, it's maybe a good time to play them, coming off the back of a loss. But you know, Fulham are one of those teams that don't seem quite good enough for the Premier League, but they're too good for the Championship. Every time they're in the Championship, they go and get promoted. They got promoted with us, of course, the season before last, didn't they? As up through the playoffs, they beat Brentford, obviously in our Championship winning campaign there. And yeah, they're a tricky team. They've got some good players. Obviously, brought in Marco Silva. Scott Parker left, didn't he, for Bournemouth, and Bournemouth are the only team on top of them currently at in the Championship. They sit in first position. Fulham, of course, sit in second, 2 points behind them. But like I say, they've made a strong start. Only 2 losses out of 8 games so far. And they've got quality for that division. I mean, Mitrovic, he's the one that, that Leeds fans know. Leeds fans will know well. I mean, unfortunately, from our point of view, he scored plenty of goals against us. Didn't get one in that one at Craven Cottage in March. Obviously, Bamford and Rafinha got the goals, and we ended up on the right side of the scoreline, 2-1. But the previous trip, when we did win the Championship, we went down 2-1. I think Mitrovic did score that day. I think he did, yeah. Onuma got the winner, didn't he, that day? But yeah, look, we've actually got a good record over the last 3 games against Fulham. We've won all 3. Obviously, the 2-1 game at Craven Cottage in March, the 4-3 win at Ellen Road, the second game of last season, topsy-turvy game that, wasn't it? We went well ahead, and then they pulled it back to 4-3. We ended up luckily getting over the line with the 3 points. And then before that, obviously, we beat them in the Championship winning campaign 3-0 once the season resumed at Ellen Road. It was a comfortable win, that, in the end. And yeah, so, a bit of team news, obviously, for Leeds. Doesn't look like Bamford has travelled. He was seen opening the cycling lane or something in Ellen Road, the cycling lane. Unveiled that with somebody who was involved in that. But yeah, he was there, so he obviously hasn't travelled to London with the team. I believe Rodrigo will start. Probably, we obviously do have injury worries and suspension. Obviously, with Strout being out, this is the second game of the 3 he will be banned for. And then obviously Ayling limped out a Newcastle game, so you don't really expect him to play. And obviously Llorente, Cocker injured. I'd expect Bielsa to still go with a strong enough side, but I do believe the main players, the sort of don't want to say bigger players, but the more maybe influential players are going to be left out. The likes of Bamford. I don't think Phillips will play. I don't think Rafinha will play. That's just a few that I think will miss out. But yeah, we've got injury worries. I think this game, we're not going to win the cup, are we? But I think this game would serve as well to win for just a confidence boost for the squad. Obviously no wins in the start of the Premier League season, no wins in 5. The only win we have is, of course, in this competition against Crewe Alexandra, the League One side. We beat 3-0 in the previous round at Ellen Road. So that's his only win in the season. We do badly need confidence. I do think Marcelo Bielsa will make changes, but I don't think he'll make wholesale changes. I do think that in general, he will pick a strong side. But this is my side to face Fulham in the Carabao Cup on Tuesday at Craven Cottage. We will go with Meslier in goal. Left back Dallas. I think centre backs will be Cooper and Cresswell. Right back, I think, will be Shackleton. CDM role, I think it'll be Forshaw, which will be a good test for him. It's a good level. The Championship, obviously played the previous round against the League One Crewe. It's another step up for him. He's been playing in the under-23s, hasn't he? So they obviously battered Liverpool 4-0. Gelhardt, who I think will travel with the team, but I think he'll be on the bench. He scored 2, obviously was denied a hat-trick from a missed penalty. But yeah, I think that Forshaw will play this one. I think Phillips will be rested. On the left side of the midfield, I think it'll be Daniel James. Didn't make too much of an impact, did he, on Friday, but he should have had a penalty, shouldn't he, really? And I think he'll grow into our team. It's early days for him in his Leeds United career. Against a team like Fulham, it's a good test. It's a good chance for him to get his feet under the table, maybe get a goal, an assist, something like that, just to get embedded into the team. So I think he'll be on the left wing. In the centre, I think there'll be Click and Roberts. On the right, I think it'll be Somerville. Now it was great to see Somerville start, wasn't it? But come off the bench and make his debut for Rafinha. Played the last 20 odd minutes of that game at St James's Park, and he looked lively for me. He looked like he wanted to get on the ball. He looked quite confident when he was on the ball. Certainly looked like he wanted to make things happen. So hopefully, I think he'll get a start. I don't think Rafinha will travel. He might travel, but I don't think he'll start the game. It's an opportunity for Somerville to really show Bielsa what he's about. And again, it's a good test for him. It's a good level. It's a second division side. It's at the highest level of that division. So it's a good test. And then up front, I think it'll be Rodrigo. And I think we need to see a bit more from Rodrigo. There were flashes against Newcastle. Wasn't the man of the match performance. I think he won man of the match. And he was right for that. He did well on Friday. It's a performance that we just, maybe if he got a goal or maybe an assist, he did that nice little dummy for Rafinha's goal. But we need goals from Rodrigo now, don't we? It'll be interesting to see how he does against this sort of opposition again. It's a good standard of opposition. In the previous games, in the previous cup competitions that we've seen him in, obviously last season against Hull and Crawley, and this season against Crewe, he hasn't really shone as he should be. He should be scoring goals, to be fair, against that sort of opposition. So it's an opportunity for him to do that in this one on Tuesday. So let's hope he does get 1 or 2 goals. Just get his confidence up, you know what I mean? But it is a confidence booster. It's a game. We're not we're not going to win the cup, but it's just a confidence booster of a game. If we can just get that win, get through the next round. It doesn't really matter. We just need a win, I think, and that will lift the team and onto the weekend for West Ham, and hopefully again we can get a positive result there. But let me know what you think in the comments below. Who's going to line up, who you're looking forward to seeing. Are you going down to London for this match? And what are your score predictions? It's great to hear from you, and as always, if there's any Fulham fans watching, everybody's very welcome on this channel. So if you wouldn't mind, hit the subscribe button and drop me a like on the video as well. It'd be much appreciated. But thank you very much. Marching on together, and I will see you on the next one.